Good evening, internet world. It's Motivational Monday. And I'm even later in day today, aren't I? Oh, honestly, I need to get myself in order. Which leads me on to what the theme of today's motivational message is, which is planning. There we go. Yes, I need to start taking a leaf out of my own book, really, don't I? But I think we all need to sometimes have a bit of planning going on. I know we can't plan for all life's eventualities. You know, life is generally starts chucking us curveballs when we try and plan too much. I'm not one for a massive amount of planning. I'm a little bit sort of off the cuff, shall we say. My life can be somewhat chaotic at times. And I feel that I just need to go with the flow. But I do find when I've had a little bit of a plan in place, I feel a lot calmer. I'm not saying we're going to go to, sort of military tactics and going to be having big charts on the wall and all that kind of thing. But I always remember, I just tell you a little story here. I did once know a lady, and she had her life planned to military precision. Because I remember having a conversation with her once about menu planning. It always seems to revert back to food with me, doesn't it? I just love my food. But we were talking about menu planning, and I was telling her how quite often, particularly when I was married and the kids were younger, I could, at certain meal times, end up making 4 different meals. I would have a meal depending on what crazy diet I was on at that time. My husband at the time would have his meal when he'd come in from work. The kids would have already eaten. The baby would have their meal. The little toddler would have had her meal. So we could have had 4 different meals. And she was aghast at this because she was telling me how she planned every single meal for 7 days at a time. And what she would do is she would put them all up on a big chart. She was that military about it. She would put them all up on a big chart. They would plan every single meal, 3 meals a day, and the snacks. She would go once a week. They would go shopping. They would buy exactly the ingredients for those meals. They would stick to those meals. They wouldn't vary away from them. And that's how she lived her life. She also had another chart for chores and that kind of thing, and they all stuck to that. And I was just like amazed because there's no way on earth my family would have stuck to that. But to me, that was a little bit too extreme, but it worked for her. And that's fine if it works for her. That's a good thing. But I'm not one for planning to that extent. That's just, to me, is just taking it too far. But I do think having a little bit of a plan sometimes does help. It's like simple things like you might be planning for a particular purchase. You might be planning for a particular event, like a holiday or something like that. And it's good sometimes just to have that little bit of a plan in place, because it means that when life does chuck you all these crazy things at you, you've got that underlying level of calmness, thinking it's okay, because all that's sorted out. So I can deal with this little bit of chaos that's popped in here. And it does help you. It massively helps you. I know it helps me. And so that's what I want you to do today, is if there is something that you think, you can sit down and write your list, even if it's writing a list and sticking it on fridge. You might want to do the big military campaign thing on the wall. Get your highlighters out and your marker pens and your dry whiteboard and, do all that. That might make you feel good. If you've got a big spider chart with all colours, you'll look at that. Look at me. Got my life together. Got a chart. But if it helps, then do it. Absolutely do it, because it really, really does give you such a sense of achievement and such a sense of serenity at times, which is what we want, isn't it? We want to be able to keep the majority of our life on a level, because then we can cope with all the things that end up cocking up, because they always do, don't they? That's life, isn't it? Life's just a crazy roller coaster at times. So there you go, my beauties. That's today's motivational messages. Have a plan, because like Hannibal said in the A-Team, I love it when a plan comes together. Sorry about that really rubbish imitation there, but there we are. So that's all. So today, carry on being the gorgeous, beautiful creatures that you are. Go ahead, be great, have an amazing week, do things, make plans, draw spider charts, do a pie chart, go crazy. How about that? Or a graph. I do like a nice graph. That's all for today. I've whittled on enough, and I hope you're all okay. Carry on being beautiful, and peace out, Muddy Funkers.